It's Amber. I wanted to do a little bit on my story. I know some of you have heard on conference calls and things like that a little of it when I hit Diamond, but I'm now Double Diamond, so I wanted to kind of give you my full story because no one's ever heard that besides some of the people that know me, that are on my team, like my mother. But okay, so let's rewind to my childhood. It was rough. My parents were divorced, and I kind of went through a not normal childhood. Um, I'm not getting into all the details because it's pretty crazy, but basically, I was taking care of my brother and sisters. There are five of them, and I was about 10 years old, helping cook dinner or cooking dinner and putting the kids to bed, taking care of them focusing on me and my school. It was just not normal. I don't know. I don't know how to get into it without explaining it or crying, so we're going to skip that part. Had a rough childhood. Didn't live with my mom. I lived with my dad and stepmom. Very emotional time in my life that led me to be pretty much negative person. Um, I took that pain as a teenager, like a lot of us teenagers do, and tried to stay numb. So I partied a lot. I did that. I did really well in high school and should have went to college. I had scholarships and didn't take them. And met my ex-husband, got married, had our daughter, who Riley, my oldest, and she was everything to me. I tried keeping the peace and my family together, but it was nothing but struggles and a lot of fighting. We didn't get along. He didn't work. I was always working, always gone from Riley. It led me to learn to be strong and work hard because I did not want my daughter to have a bad life, but I still struggled. I moved 5 or 6 times. I could never pay rent. That was even $300 a month. I lived in trailers. At one point, lived in a camper. I had a crib and a camper for my baby. Um, Sorry, I'm just 9 months pregnant and emotional as well. But it was just rough. After I divorced him, me and Matt, he was one of my old friends who I'd always been friends with, and actually we got together, had Liam, who is now, he'll almost be 2, and now we have our second son on the way, and I was much happier, but still financially struggled and things were hard. We both, tried to make it, but I was still gone all the time. I was a manager of GNC, so I worked a whole lot away from Riley. And when I was on maternity leave is when I found the wraps. I had just had Liam, and I gained a lot of weight with 2 kids and was really depressed about it. Um, he was, I want to say, 6 months old, and I found the wrap on Facebook, and I actually won a contest from this random lady I'd never met in my life. I won. She sent me the wrap in the mail along with some information about making some money or becoming a loyal customer and saving some money. Well, I wanted to do both, and I thought making some money, maybe this is it. Maybe I've never thought about working from home ever. I was always one of them skeptical people. I never thought this wrap would work. I'm certified in health and nutrition. I managed GNC for almost 4 years. Before that, I worked in a sports store. I've always been around some type of health and nutrition and never thought this little cloth body wrap would work. And I actually lost 2 inches with my first. And I decided, okay, I want to lose some more weight. Should I buy the wraps that way, or should I just jump in and sell them and see what happens? Knowing so many people, that from working at GNC, I thought I would do well. And so I joined. I took the leap of faith. I figured, hey, I can try to make some money. I did not want to go back to work. I loved what I do. I love helping people, and I love health and nutrition. But I did not want to work 50 plus hours. I was over 2 stores at most times, getting paid for one. I made about $30,000 a year as a salary manager, and I got a raise every year. I started at 21,000 when I started. I mean, for a year. So imagine all your bills coming out of that. I was still on Medicaid, WIC, food stamps, couldn't pay all the bills, had help from everybody in our family. Still moved a bunch of times. I hate it because Riley has literally changed schools 3 times and moved probably 6 times, 7 times now. It was a struggle, but I decided something's got to change. Something has to be better than what we have, so I'm going to try this. And I did, and I had people interested, and I had my friends and family excited, and they wanted to try it because they see me losing weight. I ended up losing 51 pounds in 4 months just using wraps and greens. I walked, drank a lot of water, and chased the kids around. That was my exercise. And I tried to eat better, but the greens helped me do that. So, no, I wasn't doing a whole bunch of exercise and working out. Some people like to think that when we tell them we lost so much in, 4 months. But I did, and I was happy. I was finally feeling better about myself. And I decided not to go back to work, that I was going to make this my full-time job and go all in and hope we could make it. Sorry, there's a bus right here. And I was making a few hundred. I was a Ruby in about 2 months maybe. I was making a few hundred a month, and then everything started dying down. One reason that I've learned that happened was I still had to grow as a person. I mean, we all do. I still need to every day. That's something I work on. I was a very negative person from my life growing up. The stuff I went through as a child, a teenager, in my first marriage, led me to be I had walls up all the time. I was very negative. If you were my close friend or family, it was always, Amber's a different person. She's being very bitchy. Excuse my language, but that's how I was. I was just mean, kind of, I guess you would say. A lot of people look at me now and they're always telling me how positive I am and motivating and I'm so nice and thank you for helping them and all this stuff, but that's a person I wanted to be inside, but I had that guard up because I had been hurt and struggled my whole life. This company has changed everything for me. Everything. I've met some of the best people in the world. Sorry. Ooh, pregnant and life-changing. Ooh, it gets to you. But like Maria is one of my best friends. I met her one time, and that was at conference, which get to conference. That is what changed everything. Because my first year, I was making a few hundred a month with Ruby, and I lost it because of the walls I had up and the negativity. I wasn't that positive person all the time, so I did not know how to lead from the front, being a motivating, positive person. I tried, but I failed over it. I wasn't good at following up. I worked my business every day, don't get me wrong, but there was just things I had to work on. So it took me 14 months to get to Diamond. It was almost my year when conference came up. I had no money. I was actually making executive pay, so I had I think 200. I had just enough to cover the conference ticket. We were getting kicked out of our house. I was fully nursing Liam. He was a year old. I had never been away from my kids. But Maria and Jamie kept saying, get to conference, not just them, everybody. Every leader I had ever talked to or watched their story had said, I went to conference and this happened. I went to conference as an executive and, became a diamond. I went to conference as a diamond and was an ambassador diamond 5 months later. Like, I kept hearing these crazy stories, and something just kept telling me I have to get to conference. Me and my fiance were going through so much struggling wise because we had no money, so we took it out on each other all the time, which was not good, and we've learned from that, and we're stronger, much stronger now, but it was rough back then, and I did not want to leave to go to conference. I knew deep down I should, but I did not want to because of my family life at home. In November, 2 months before conference, I had a miscarriage. On Thanksgiving Day, actually, and was away from my kids. I just went through a whole lot, and God was showing me I have to go to this place I've never been. I've never been to Florida in my life. Me and Lauren and my mom put our money together. None of us had money, really. We borrowed from my grandma gas money, and Lauren borrowed a car from her mom because also, during all of this, I got my first speeding ticket and lost my license because I couldn't pay the speeding ticket. So I couldn't even drive to Florida. And we did what it took to get there. We borrowed money. I was going on a leap of faith. I had $200 and something to cover the ticket. And conference was the day I got paid. And that's it. That's all. Luckily, we had places to stay, and, our team was awesome and supported us to help us get there, and we got there, and conference changed my life. I went from that $200 and something in January conference, and because I did not give up during all these hard times, and I kept planting seeds, even if I was kind of negative through this and didn't know what exactly was going to come about, I still kept planting those seeds. And finally, I learned how to run my business and how to follow up and how to post, and just learned so much at conference, heard these amazing stories. It's just something overtakes you there, and it's amazing. And I came back from executive pay in January to April I went diamond, got the diamond bonus, $10,000 good bonus, and I was able, I think my first check was $1,600, $1,700, something like that for my first diamond pay. So from $200 and something 4 months later to $1,700. That was what I made as a GNC manager. Actually, it was a little more than I made as a GNC manager. So I couldn't believe it. I was so happy. And then from going from diamond to busting my butt to get to double is incredible. It's life-changing. It's more than I ever imagined possible. And I know it doesn't stop here. Triple diamond is my goal for this month, and it's doable. I'm way over, more than halfway to get there, so I know I can do it. You guys, I had to get a couple thousand BV last month just to get double. I've been boxed in for it for months with distributors, but I've also had a lot of distributors quit and not have the vision, or not give it their all. So I was putting a lot of BV under people to help, and I wasn't sure if it would happen. I knew I wanted it to happen, and that's all I thought about. And I worked. I'm telling you, I gave up my TV shows. I got up early. I went to bed late. I've had a very rough pregnancy. I have health issues. I have heart problems that I had to wear a heart monitor for 30 days, 24/7. And if you've ever seen a heart monitor, it's big and bulky, and you have to sleep with it while you're pregnant, and it's awful. But during all of these things that kept being thrown at me, I still was working, and I got on the conference calls. I gave up things I enjoyed. I did everything it took to get there, and I got there. And just getting to double, seeing that rank say double diamond qualified, after it took 19 months for me to get there. And it's been a rough ride, but I never ever gave up, and I'm not going to give up. I'm not giving up until I'm a black diamond, and I'm still going to work then, because I love changing people's life. I love what we do. We're not just making money. I'm helping my team change their life. I'm helping people have a healthy lifestyle. Having a customer who has been overweight their whole life and have health problems and be disabled, all kinds of things, including my mother who, is disabled, just seeing the positivity from her again and knowing I can help everybody that I can, as long as I keep reaching out, is changing everything for me. I've done a complete 180. I went from being this negative, struggling, I went from living in a camper 5 or 6 years ago with a crib built into the camper, and I'm not talking about a nice RV, like a old camper, because I had nowhere to actually stay, with a husband who was on drugs and an alcoholic. And I went from that to now just changing people's lives, changing my family's life. We're planning a Disney World trip after conference this year. I've never thought I'd be able to do that, ever. We went to Carowinds, an amusement park. Riley is 7, and I've never been able to take her to anything like that, and we went 6 or 7 times this summer. Just being able to help my family, and now double diamond pay, an average $6,000 a month. I'm still in shock. This is going to change our lives forever, and it's only going to keep growing and getting better. We're about to have Carter in 4 or 5 weeks, so it's just in time for that, and I'm hoping triple this month, so be even better. But you guys, don't give up and give it your all. You deserve so much more than you have, no matter what life has thrown at you. Sorry, Riley's out here. Health problems, struggling, working full-time, going to school, feeling like you don't have a time. There are no excuses. None. There's no excuse. You will find a story from somebody that has made it to bigger ranks with everything against them. There's always a story worse. Yes, I might have had a rough life and I'm overcoming it, and I never thought it was possible, ever thought it was possible to overcome it. But there's 10 times worse out there that I've heard with It Works, that It Works Global has been able to just change their lives. And you can be that story. Why wouldn't you want to be that story? But you have to give it your all. You have to see that vision and know you deserve more than you have, and know you can do anything you want to in this company. If you want to be a black diamond, you can be a black diamond, but you cannot give up. Everybody's watching you. When you stop being consistent, or you post negative things, or you're not excited, or you're posting about you're struggling, people are watching you and they're thinking, that company does not work then. When we know it does. I'm a living story. I know it does. But the moment you start putting the negativity or not being consistent, you're showing other people not to be excited, and they stop watching you. But you know what? They might come across me, or they might come across Maria or Jamie or somebody that is excited and does not give up no matter what, and they're going to join them. So I want you guys to make this month incredible. Talk to as many people as you can. Don't think I have a couple hundred people on Facebook. If I post once a day, they're going to sign up. Because I'm telling you, I have 3,000 friends on Facebook. I have 11,000 on Instagram. If I post once a day, nobody's signing up. Maybe once every, blue moon, but that's it. And that's how I thought when I first signed up, because I did not know how to do it. But I'm telling you guys what I know and what I learned, so you will do it. You're going to need to post your 3 before and after pictures every single day. Your lifestyle and distributor pictures every single day. Show what this journey can do for you. Hold up 5 fingers, smile, and say, I'm looking for 5 people to join my team and start making money from home and earn that $500 Ruby bonus. I mean, we have tons of posts everywhere. Jamie's Aiming for Ambassador has posts that we use, examples. We do the power hours that you all should be getting on. We have, 5, 6, 7 of them, I think, this week, or in the past week we've been doing that. Still not even a fourth of Maria's team is getting on. Not even a fourth of my team is getting on. I'm very proud of the ones that are, and I know life happens, and some of those times you just can't, but there's enough of them that you should be doing as many as you can. And we're watching who is doing this stuff. We're watching who is going to be a good leader, so we know who to help run with this company. So be involved in everything, the contests, the power hours, following up with people, talking to new people, always adding new people on your social medias. And you are going to grow tremendously, and your life is going to change tremendously. I love you all, and I want this all for you. And I know if it can happen to me, I was just a simple girl that went through a rough life like so many other people do, and never thought I could get out of it. I always wanted more for my family, but I just did not know how. And then God brought me this company and changed my life forever. And I'm going to be able to give my kids a good Christmas. I'm going to be able to have a car I can fit my 3 babies in. I'm going to be able to help my family when they need it, and help all my customers just reach those goals that they want. And I just want you all to do that too. And if you need us at all, if you need your leaders, come to us. We're here. Reach out. Show us you have that vision and you want to do everything you can to be a Ruby or be an Emerald or Diamond or whatever your next goal is. But I know this is getting kind of long, so I'm going to end it. But I do love you all, and I am here for each and every one of you. You just have to reach out to me so I know who to run with. Okay, you guys have a good day, and bust out October. Make it the month to remember. Don't make fall the slow months, because those seeds you're planting now, January and February time, when people are getting taxes back and wanting to lose more weight, all those people you think aren't answering you and are ignoring you, as long as you stay consistent, just like it happened for me, executive pay to diamond pay in 4 months to a couple months later double diamond pay, yeah, that's going to happen. Even more, it might even be better for you. So keep going. Okay, bye guys.